So first let's understand what is data, and then we'll get to what is tabular data. So the whole world is filled with data, right? If you've been living in this current year's generation, I would say you would have been hearing the words about the data science, data analytics, analysis, etc., 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 right? Even though we have not realized, even if you have not realized, I would say most of us would have realized by now, we are sort of living in a world where we use a lot of data, a lot of information being talked, which is what we process, what we think, what we use to communicate most of the important information. So for example, let's assume that there are two shops in a town, shop A and shop B, and sales information of these two shops for the last 5 years has been recorded. Shop A sold 300 units, 250 units, 400 units, 200 and 100 units in the last 5 years. That's basically 2015, 16, 17, 18 and 19 respectively. This is a piece of information I have about shop A's sales for the last 5 years. Similarly, for shop B sold 250, 300, 200, 150 and 400 in the last 5 years, 2015 to 2019. Again, that is another piece of information I have. So all these pieces of information, we call them as data, right? So what is tabular data? I have a piece of information. This piece of information is basically, in a way can be called as a caselet or something, right? I am talking in a paragraph or a textual way. Similarly, I can represent the same thing in a tabular data, which is a bit easier for me to grasp or maybe to read, understand, than see long passages, go through the words and the numbers combined way. So what would that look like? Something like this. So if I say that sales of shop A and shop B for the last 5 years is the title of the table, okay, I understand that we are talking about the sales for these two shops for the last 5 years. And then years 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, the shop A, I see units, okay, we are talking about units. So shop A sold 300 units in 2015. Shop B sold 250 units in 2015. Right. Similarly, in 2016, shop A sold 250, shop B sold 300, 400 in 2017 for shop A and 200 for shop B in 2017, 200 for shop A in 2018 and 150 for shop B in 2018. Similarly, 100 for shop A in 2019 and 400 for the shop B in 2019. Same piece of information which we have talked about in these two lines, we are sort of putting them in a tabular form. This is the tabular data. So you'll get to see the information sometimes being presented in this way as well in our normal life. If you're talking about the data interpretation questions in the exams that we look at, yes, that is also one of the potential way of giving the piece of information so that we can read and answer the given questions.